Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy hump day. Yes. Thank you, Jesus, for today is another day the Lord have made. God is so good all the time. And all the time, God is good. Listen, I just want to touch on some things I heard yesterday um, regarding Krishan Rock Jr., Krishan Jr., right? I heard that over 10,000 people contacted Child Protective Service for that little boy. Bless his heart. May God bless him, heal him, and help him to live a happy life. I can't wish for a long life unless that's what God has in store for him. I want him to be happy and healthy because from what I'm hearing on the internet, the baby has a long list of issues that he was born with. And I just want to say this, I've seen the way his mama has handled him, how she has treated him. Um, and it's really interesting. What I've noticed is that she always left him with people. She acted as though her life was not supposed to stop or slow down when she had him. And I see that she has burned all of her bridges with her so called friends. So now, instead of having all of these people around her 24/7 and them being tasked with the responsibility of watching her child while she does what she wants, how she wants, and when she wants, now she is stuck with the task of taking care of her own child. And after listening to her sister, I could only imagine that her family has tried to talk to her, coach her, explain to her, and she is a hard headed child. She appears very much that way. Um, it's interesting when you look back at some of her older videos, uh, young, pretty, athletic. Um, just everywhere doing stuff. She's always given that happy go lucky but spoiled type of attitude. Um, and you wonder, how is it that she don't care? I really believe she didn't think the people would put up a fuss. I don't think she thought the people would come to Junior's assistance to aid him, protect him, and try to keep him safe. And so now she wants to perpetrate the fraud with the people like she's a loving and caring mother, when in reality she must have forgot that we was watching the whole time. So we know you're not that loving and caring mother that you pretend to be when it's just you and the baby. What we did notice is your friends are gone, your men are gone, you're ostracized from your baby daddy. And something that I have been watching very closely, where is the dang alcohol? What I've been watching very closely, and y'all tell me, maybe I missed it. I don't watch her like that, but she does come up on my timeline, and I do occasionally peek in at her. Is what happened to that half a meal in jewelry? Cause I ain't seen a lot of that jewelry in quite some time. Did she have to pawn the jewelry? Did she have to pawn it to be able to pay bills or locate somewhere for her and the baby to live? What happened with the jewelry? because she ain't rocking all of the jewelry like she has in the past. So it makes definitely makes me wonder, did she have to pawn it? You know? Um, Here's the thing. She wants us to believe, I can't find the shirt, that she has a place. She wants us to believe that Junior has a room, whether it's with her, beside her, whether they share one, it doesn't matter. She wants us to believe that all is well when her friends and family have already admitted things are not well. And and here's the downside. When I heard the way he was breathing and coughing in that car a week or so ago, that really bothered me because he really needs some help. He really needs medical attention. And the way I heard that phlegm and I heard her say, see, he don't like eco. She wants to act like he is a normal child. And she wants to talk about him and discuss him as though he's a normal child when we all know that that could be further from the truth. Here's the thing. If that poor baby has pneumonia, if he got pneumonia, let's just say she better hurry up and get him in the doctor's office to get some medicine, some treatment. She talking about they stuck something down him to get it out. Of course, you ain't got sense enough to know that. Then when she was telling us, what they told me, don't give him the cough syrup because they want him to bring it up, cough it up, and get it out of his system. He don't have the strength to do that. We all know that he's underweight and he lacks the capacity of being able to give a full cough to clear his lungs and stuff. So I say all of that to say this. I'm praying for the poor baby, bless his heart. He didn't have a choice who his mama was or his daddy was. But um, what we know is that if God decides to call him home, homegirl better get ready because I hope she know them people gonna eat her up. And I hope she know whoever have not come by the house to check on that baby in terms of the CPS people, whoever has not done their due diligence to make sure he's in a healthy environment, they're gonna have to answer as well. Because like I was starting to say, if Jesus decided to call him home, I hope she know she's not going to escape. She's not going to be able to escape the wrath, because God protects children and fools. So, um, you know, he definitely got the baby, but she gonna have to pay a pretty price for whatever happens to Junior if God should decide to call him home. I sat up and I listened to, who was it? I think it was Carlos King yesterday, and that's where I saw a lot of the phone calls and a lot of the things that was being discussed and was being said. And I hope that she understand that the world is on Junior's side and the world is going to be on her ass until they make sure that he is safe. He's well taken care of. Um, she doesn't even have the sense God gave a goat to not put him online. She thinks that, and I get it, putting him online wins her sympathy and empathy. People gift her to help him, and she don't even have sense enough to realize she's a detriment to herself. She's dangerous to herself. She don't know. She really don't. Um, she's too vain. She's too prideful, and she think because she got her kid with her 24/7 that she is the best mama because my kid is always with me. Woo 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 woo. Yeah, well, if you had had that type of love and nurture when you was carrying him, maybe you wouldn't have made so many bad choices, and he wouldn't have ended up in the state that he's in. But you carrying him with you everywhere you go is nothing to brag about in her case, because everywhere she go and everywhere she taking him, he really has no business being there because of his immune system. You know how he's set up. So I pray. I try not to take in too much of her shenanigans because it's really upsetting to me. God is good. Um, I was blessed. Um, my children didn't, have any special needs like that. Um, and I'm very happy. And it's unfortunate that when people are trying to help her, she won't accept the help. When her family tried to help her and she had the money, that she was too cheap and trifling to pay them people to help her with her son. Whether they want was money hungry or not, she knew that she wasn't in a position to do it. But we can tell she is footloose and fancy free. And I just continue to pray that that baby, gets the help that he needs, and that God continues to protect him. But it's God's will. And I hope she know if something should happen to that baby, the internet will not rest until they get justice for Junior. So, Krishan, if you happen to hear this, baby, we can see you have burnt all your bridges. We can see that you didn't learn nothing from your baby daddy in terms of singing and entertainment. You did not have sense enough to secure a manager to help you to continue to sing. You know why? Because you really didn't want to sing in the first place. You got that first hit song and started getting money, and you went crazy. You thought you was the shit. And while you would like us to believe that your baby daddy was so controlling over you and how he was manipulating you, the fact of the matter, he was the adult in the relationship, and he was trying to train you and groom you and make you do right to help you. You refused to listen and understand because you was stigmatized. So the reality of it is the one man that was trying to help you, you messed that up. Then you didn't have sense enough to recognize that you do need management, you do need some help, you do need somebody looking over you and explaining to you, but you thought you could do it all. Now look at you. You ain't singing no more. You decide to sing and catch the Holy Ghost when you go to church. But what happened to the singing, Krishan? You ain't got no more songs you working on. You ain't doing no more music because you done went from the ninja warrior to a rapper. You done left rapper to be a gospel singer. Now you done left singing the gospel to being a baddie, and now you done left being a baddie. Now you want a box. Now these people done footed you some money, and I don't know what they call it when they give you an advance or something. They done footed you some money to sign on with them, and I'm hoping that's how you're able to pay for you guys' place, right? But here is the trick. Who is your manager? Because you need somebody with a good head on their shoulders to help you navigate that boxing world. Now, here's where things could get bad, and this is where you better try to stay tuned in to God. Boxing is a dangerous sport. And I don't know why you have to copycat your sister, copycat your baby daddy, copycat all these different people when you should have been copycatting a stay-at-home mom once you had a baby that needed additional assistance. That's what you should have been doing. But here's the thing: what if you get hurt in the boxing world while you're at an event? You get hurt and they got to take you to the hospital. In your baby daddy voice, who gonna watch the baby? Because we've seen the episode, we've seen the recordings where that boy got on camera and told them people that that is not your his baby. We didn't watch that boy get up there and tell them people that it was a narrative for the show, for the ratings, and we done heard that they had an NDA, so he was not supposed to say anything outside of that's his baby. The reality of it is the man tried to be in the baby's life, and because you felt like he couldn't be in the baby life unless he was messing with you, then you decided you didn't want him in the baby's life at all. You burnt all the bridges over there, and now you watching everybody else go on about their life like you don't exist, and you want to have a lot of negative things to say about them. The negativity comes from you, love. That's your fault. You don't see it for your own baby to put him with family that love him and that could help care for him, whether it's Carlissa or one of your sisters. You don't want him to hang out and be with his cousins. You don't want him around the cousins who could help teach him and mold him and practice and play with him and help him stand and help him. You don't want none of that. Mm-mm. You just want, I'm at the breakfast part, y'all. You just want somebody to watch him when you, so you can run wild. Now you think when you get in front of the camera that you can just tell us anything and the internet will go away. I hope you watching because they not buying what you putting down, boo boo. You got on here and try to defend yourself the other day, but you're not a good liar and you're not quick on your feet. You tried to lie and tell us what the doctor said, but because you're not experienced in lying, every time you get hung up on a lie, you will change the direction and you will backpedal and pussy pop, and then you wanna to talking about something else and trying to elaborate on something else and try to take us down another hole. And we know you lying, boo. We know you lying, and don't worry, the internet is after you about that baby. So it would probably behoove you, since now you don't have any money, you didn't have sense enough to have a savings account where you have your money stacked up somewhere and you're not spending it all, nobody's taking advantage of you. You act like you couldn't understand why so many people wanted to be around you and accepted you and wanted to hang with you because you were spending money recklessly, and now you done fell short and you desperate to do a lot of things. Then now you want to twitch and you want to do this and you want to do that when you need to be a mama to your baby. Now, you think it's cute to get on camera and think you can feed the world a lot of BS, but they on your ass, girlfriend. They on your ass. So, you know, I don't know what to tell you. You better really read God's word and understand his word and let somebody help you. But you done got grown now, so can't nobody help you, can't nobody tell you nothing, can't nobody make you do nothing. And so that you're going to ultimately fail, and your baby gonna have to pay a price for your stupidity. And that is so unfortunate because we rooting for him. So anyway, I saw the people calling and tattletelling, and the people is picking up. They got your name, they got your date of birth, they know your history. Good morning, my love. Good morning. And in a minute, I do believe they're gonna find you. But as I said, if God just so happened to call his baby home, they gonna get you. You gonna lose everything. Cause it seemed to me like you done already lost that jewelry. I ain't seen you in all your jewelry in quite some time. You been low key. Did somebody steal it from you, or did you have to pawn it? Did you have to sell it? Where are your jewelry at, Krishan? You know, you sat up and spent all that money on on a gold pacifier with diamonds in it. That was the dumbest purchase you ever made in your life. That's why it's very easy to see and understand that you're gonna fail because you focused on the wrong thing. You had that baby for the wrong reason. You hurt that baby. You marked that baby. You messed that baby up for the wrong reason, and now you're miserable. And quiet as it's kept, it is my belief that if God just so happened to call that baby home, the criminal charge that you will get, neglect would just be the topping on the ice cake. Because I believe, yes, that's exactly what I heard as well, outspoken. That's exactly what I heard as well. Baby, if something happened to that baby, you're going to get a whole bunch of charges and it's going to cost you some time in prison. And then when you get out of prison, where you going? Who going to help you? Who going to be there to help you pick up the pieces? Because you done dog walked everybody that's done tried to help you, from friends to family and everything. So you're not even trying to build anything. You just running, like you said, from pillar to post. You trying to do anything that'll make you quick money. First y'all was gonna Twitch and y'all was gonna stream and do all of the things. Then you got upset, about something stupid and decided you don't want. You are not stable, and it is a mental issue on her behalf. That is what I believe. I believe it is a mental issue on her behalf, and that is why she cannot function like she should, and she wants to present a facade to the people like she is so covered by the blood. And hey, maybe she is. Who am I to say whether she is or not? But I know one thing for sure and two things for certain. What you better not do is play with God. That's what you better not do. Cause see, to me, it seemed like you playing in God's face. One minute you got all this Christian and all this learning and talking about the Bible. The next minute you doing, I done stopped drinking. I ain't drunk and smoking and this much longer. Girl, did you not forget we had just seen you on the TV a week or two before with something inhaling something in and out your mouth and drinking something and doing shots? Like you get on here and you lie like we ain't been watching. And that is real hurtful for that baby. I hate it. You want to always have him to the sideline. Why we don't ever see you with him on his feet trying to show him how to walk? He should have been in a baby bouncer when he was just seven months old, trying to learn how to stand and how to bounce and how to do all of the things. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what hospital she taking that baby to, but somebody in that hospital should be recognizing the fact that for him to be 2 years old, going on fastly approaching three, and he is undernourished and all of the things, underweight and all of the things that he cannot do, somebody should be writing up a report to get the people on site and figure out what's going on. And I believe the brothers that met with her, hey Diva, the brothers that met with her on the boxing side of things, I think they have been talking to her and trying to explain to her. And I think the reason it is so easy for her to develop a relationship with them is because they don't know that whatever she's telling them is a lie. They just trying to coach her and teach her and help her on all of the things. But the reality of it is, did you see that baby Bruce letting his look? Girl, yes. I said to myself, if they don't get a handle on Journey, she gonna get too far out of control. They gonna have a problem, and I'm talking a major problem. Um, that little girl is something else, and it's funny watching her daddy playing these women's faces, and I get it. I get it. He hung low. They say he hung low. I done seen this prank before. It looked like he working with a monster. But goddamn, is that all y'all really care about? Cause he's sticking his thing in every hole he can find. I wouldn't want nobody that's doing all. Let me tell you something. Y'all better recognize what these men and women of today stand for. Nada. Y'all better start making these niggas wrap that monster up down low and if necessary put some saran wrap on their tongue. Because y'all is running around here wallowing and absorbing and letting these niggas shoot up in you and you don't know what he got. You gonna mess around and catch some shit you can't get rid of. It's gonna be too late. And then what? Now what? Now you mad. So I don't know. I think that that little boy is in trouble. I think Junior is in trouble. I think he needs some help, and I hope God's will be done, whatever that may be, whatever it may be. I just hope that he can get with somebody that'll do right by him and not just take on the burden for the sake of receiving a check. I hope somebody really take time with him and try to help him. I really do. And if the red, the blues, whatever the colors are, if they are still upset with his mama and they want to do something to his mama about that red and blue and black and gray and all of these colors out here that she repping and stuff, I hope they don't hurt that baby. I hope he don't get caught up in the crossfire because yeah, she ain't thinking about none of that. But we'll soon see. So it's just I hope somebody's filming when them folks run up on her and catch her. That little girl gonna be cussing him out and exposing her for. Oh, she already exposing him, Diva. She already and you listen. Here's the funny part about it. Every time I hear her cuss or say some shit, they start laughing. Like it's funny. And I get it. She's just a little girl. Maybe the first time and the second time you laughing because she done caught you off guard. But at what point will y'all take it serious and smack her in the mouth or smack her on her ass? One or the other. Because you think it's funny now, but if you don't get a grip on it, she's gonna be out of control. She already halfway out of control now, and you know why? Because she sit up and hear her mama talk shit about her daddy, and her mama don't try to, shield that language from her. Cause when we was kids, and your mama, your auntie, your grandma, they get in there and get to talking that shit, and y'all run in the room, they tell you, go on back in there with the other kids, go somewhere and sit down. This grown folk conversation. They wouldn't let you sit up in their face while they in there gossiping and talking shit about somebody or saying things, cussing and doing all the things. So that's how it was when I came up. I don't know about nobody else. But we wasn't allowed to sit up under grown folks when they was having those type of conversations. And her mama sit up there and keep saying, don't talk about me. I'll expose this and calling all kind of names and this, that, and the third. And if you look at his circus, they out of control. Now, they said another girl was pregnant. She says she ain't. I guess we'll see in due time. Time will tell. But now Jaden done messed around and let Blueface get her pregnant again. And she got the nerve to be on camera arguing and fighting with him, talking about she gonna keep the baby. So when she said she gonna keep the baby, first thing came to my mind, oh, she talking like she defending her stance. So he must have done told her, you need to get rid of it. Let's get rid of it. We don't need another baby right now. I mean, they so digmatized because even Jaden, when he put her on the music scene and gave her a hit and had the people sign her up for a few couple of million for that one song, I think I heard them say she was in the studio and she made another song, but I ain't heard it. So it must not be hitting for too much. But she ain't even in the studio making music. So the boy trying to teach y'all how to get your income up and how to generate sales and songs and money, and y'all, if when he ain't around, y'all just don't know what to do. So now he ain't in the studio making music. He's sitting behind a computer learning how to operate the computer, and he's streaming. Now what that tell y'all? They tell you what it tell me. I think he lets it happen because he was raised the same way from what I see as yours. Oh, absolutely, Diva. Absolutely. But you know what I see now? I done talked about how I see Krishan ain't got her jewelry no more. But when it come to her baby daddy, Blue, where your manager at, Blue? What happened to Whack, Blue? Cause I ain't seen you in Whack 100 nowhere. I ain't heard you in Whack 100 in the same room no more. And if you ain't singing, what exactly is Whack doing? Have you decided you're not gonna sing anymore, Blue? Because you done seen how much money Ryan Garcia, DDG, Casanat, yeah, you see how much money they making streaming on Twitch and all of the different lines? But the difference between you, Blue, and them, they on there with humor, comedy, acting a fool, acting, crazy, bringing on friends, clowning and having people laughing, and you just sitting in front of the camera talking about females. You ain't got no humor or nothing to present to nobody. All you got is a big thing down there to present to somebody. That's all you got. You're not humorous. You're no longer cute since you done marked up your whole face. And why the hell y'all thought it was cute to put a perm in your hair is beyond me. So now you in the gym working out because I guess you going to go back to boxing. And if you ain't going back to the studio, then I guess it ain't nothing for WAC 100 to manage. But I know that you had told us that you had entered into a deal with Lemmy Williams from Zeus Network before you had got locked up, and that he gave you some of that advance money when you was locked up. So, we still low key laying in the cut waiting to see what you and Lemmy gonna pull out on y'all's new show that y'all talking about creating and what it's gonna be about and who gonna be in it and all of the things. But I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this. And this I didn't come on here to yep, and I think DDG is a good parent from what I love. Now listen, this what I wanna know. I seen something in the thing about DDG in the news about DDG a couple of weeks back. Seemed like him and Hallie at one point was doing a little better with co-parenting. What happened? Did she really get mad at DDG because the rumor was out that I think what's her name? Is it India Love or something? Was supposed to be pregnant by him, and they done got into a fight. Now they back fighting again over the little halo. Girl, let me tell you something. I don't know. You know what? And the more and more girls I see that's coming, showing up pregnant, and I just sit there and shake my head and say, "Po baby, po baby." You ain't thought your life through, but yet you want to bring another child in the world to be stuck with you and these so-called boys and men that ain't really it's not the business. Y'all keep your eyes open. All of this and ask yourself, why all of a sudden did they dump the AI out on the scene for the people to play with and create videos so that you can monetize and be a part in a partnership and get paid from the social media? Why did they dump all the A out? So now you looking at stuff and you're not even sure if it's real or not. You know why? I think, in my opinion, they dumped it out, the good AI out to the public because they knew that everybody was gonna go crazy making videos and stuff. And then when the truth is being leaked out, first thing somebody gonna say is it's AI. It's artificial intelligence. It's artificial intelligence. You won't even believe the truth because you've seen so much fake shit. You're not gonna believe it. Pay attention. Pay attention. No co-parenting. Yeah, none at all. And I'll tell you something else too. This real ID and this real over here, and you gotta sign up for this over here, and you gotta sign up for that. Pay attention. We talked about social credit scoring and what they doing over there on the China side with the cameras and the satellites reading and scanning everybody and watching how many times you go out to eat and how many times you do this and okay. Now they gonna charge you additional $46 if you ain't got a real ID and you trying to fly? Child. Anyway. So yeah, I feel sorry because I don't think the little girls realize that the more y'all come up pregnant, y'all really revealing that y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of hoes, money hungry hoes. Why? Because if you pregnant, bitch, that mean you let that nigga hit raw. That's just nasty. I mean, hey, raw is as raw does. It's a great thing, but it's dangerous out here today. And what makes it so dangerous is the fact that every woman now wants to look like the next woman. So they all walking around here looking damn near the same in terms of tits and booties. And then some of the girls ain't got sense God gave a goat to understand that they overdid it. Your leg is only a toothpick and then you don't want to put an apple on the top. Like, girl, that is not attractive and now you can't undo it. Y'all running around here getting money, taking savings, robbing people so that you can go get your body done to go lay up in jail, in penitentiary. Like, it's crazy. And if y'all running around sticking everything with a big booty, y'all can't listen. The videos that these girls is putting out here, how they purposely passing this shit on to these other folks, is absolutely ridiculous. These girls are hurt and upset because they let you hit raw and you gave them something, and now they want to infect every man, woman, and child they come in touch with. They want to give it to them because they're hurt. So if y'all ain't got sense enough to start telling these niggas to strap it up, it's on y'all. But I'm tell you something, I done stopped kissing, putting my lips on my relatives because I'm scared. Ever since y'all decided to jump up and drink that Kool-Aid, y'all remember the cold words when they jumped up and drunk that Kool-Aid, we knew then that they were shedding. All of those people that drunk Kool-Aid and went back for extra cups and boosters and things, they have been shedding and leaking stuff ever since. It looked like a candy apple with two sticks. You ain't never lied. That's the best analogy right there too. A candy apple with two sticks, right? So it ain't it ain't nothing else that a nigga can do. Um, but just be stocked up, prepare, and pay attention to what's going on around you. Up here in Cali, the people is still leaving packages. You know, sit down with a backpack, get up and walk away and leave the backpack. When I see that shit, I hurry up and go the other direction. I ain't got time to be calling the popos, alerting nobody, because if I seen it, somebody else should have seen it. Y'all call the popos. I'm getting the hell out the neighborhood, getting out the area, just in case. I'm going to tell you something else, too, in case y'all are not paying attention. I keep seeing and hearing where the people had sent me the thing from the underground showing that the Apple iPods have been designed to monitor your brain waves. I think I posted the patent. If I didn't, I will. Um, why do Apple need to monitor your brain waves? Apple is not a medical provider, doctor, none of that. Why are you needing to monitor brain waves? Everybody, now you're talking about how Google and everybody else can now read your emails, read your text messages, listen to your conversation. Have anybody thought about why that is? Let me tell you what I think, and I could be wrong. Y'all out here fucking with folks, snatching folks up, kicking those down, trying to kick folks out. And us folks don't even realize it's a reason. And now that reason is becoming more and more possible as the reason, which is we've been having people planted in other countries for decades and centuries, and they've had people planted over here for decades and centuries. And so until you weed out and get all of those foreign folks out from over here, you don't know who's still over here that can do damage. And the decisions and stuff that you're making has pissed people off. To I just seen a white woman, she's a librarian. They just arrested her because she was trying to hire somebody to kill old boy. Mm-hmm. Work on team. Mm-hmm. 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 That's right, Diva. And you know we don't. Mm. Hang on. We done sat up and heard the people ask Alexa and Siri no questions, and we have listened to how they have responded. These people want to know who's plotting and planning. And as I told you before, the people allege we supposed to be made whole again. And when I say we, I don't mean just African Americans. I mean we as in citizens of the United States. We supposed to be giving back all of the money that was ever stolen and took from us and played in our face. But the reality of it is, I know that Don Juan don't care for the black and brown community that much. But what I do believe is that he wants us to have our money. He wants us to be made whole. And I personally feel that he only want to give it to his people, his citizens. This is not for you people that came over here and didn't come over here the right way. This is not for you. This is only for us. So for him to give it to us, he and not give it to anybody else, that means you got to shake everybody else from over here so that the people receiving is just your people. Given the fact that you've exposed how previous administrations have abundantly given to people who are not from over here and not giving it to the people who live here and need it and have asked for it. So that's just my belief, and I could be wrong. But I definitely wanted to come on here and say I'm praying for that little boy, and that the internet is after Krishan, and she obviously ain't got good sense, so she ain't picking up. She ain't picking up on what's happening. She's not paying attention. Hang on, I put my glasses back on. I can't see. Same thing. Oh yeah, because they've been telling stuff. The people been asking them about when we going to war, when is doomsday, and the things just be talking. But understand, every time somebody asks that question and answer is fed back to them, to whoever's running the Google and Alexa, and then they have to go in and reprogram or reboot the Google and Alexa so that when the next person asks the question, Google and Alexa won't give that answer. But the people is coming up with these questions all kinds of ways. They don't know what to do. They can't hardly control Alexa and Siri because the people is asking the questions in so many different ways. They can't stop it. But this is information. I believe Alexa and Siri and Google, I believe this information that they're giving to us, providing to us in the form of answers to questions, I think they're getting that straight out the computer. This is shit that's being entered up at the top level, like at the Pentagon type of level. So AI just reading it off of what's being entered in the computer. I don't believe he cares about the black people at all. What's his reason for trying to tarnish Martin Luther King? Girl, what has he done said? Oh my God. What has he done said about MLK? You know, I don't watch the news no more. I tiptoe in the underground every now and then and take a peek and a listen, but uh, I'm too stressed out. I got too much going on that I'm trying to take care of, though. What is he doing to Martin Luther King, girl? Don't say that. Don't say he messing with Martin Luther King. Oh my God, I just seen a man the other day, white man telling me how he punched, what's his name? What do you call him? Don Lemon? What's the black man name with the big white hair? Mm-hmm. So he punched him, and I can't remember what he did or what he said. Hang on, I gotta put my glasses back on so I can see. You know, I'm trying to do makeup just for a little bit of concealer. Nothing heavy. I have an appointment. Oh, that means I had moved. I had pushed the Bluetooth up until I could do my cheeks and stuff. Sorry about that. See, here's the thing. Um, Deep in my spirit, I feel like you, Diva. I really feel like he doesn't particularly care for the black and brown. But here's the thing. Uh, do he not realize that whatever the plan is with ICE, you're going to lose humans. You're going to lose humans because the minute you tell ICE they can start kicking in doors to go in and get people, you're gonna have a problem because ICE is gonna kick in the wrong door. They're gonna kick in the wrong door now, and all hell gonna break loose. So now that means you finna have a loss of human life, both civilian and law enforcement. Um, I just heard yesterday on the way home from work, the people said down in Texas that them boys went down there and opened fire on the border patrol. Now you know Mexico done told their army wake up and get down there to the border and make sure none of them Americans is over here with that F-ish. So Mexico military done been woke up. The cartel, the cartel done told them they better get ready to wipe them out. If you see one of them over here, go ahead on and take them out. Now that's what the word is on the street. That's then came down from the cartel. So, you know, they mad. They done told they people if you ran out from over here, if you swam out from over here, if you left, don't come back. They done told us we not welcome. Don't bring your ass over here. But the people is trying to go to Mexico because that's the closest place to run to, and I can still get back, over here to see my family if I need to. No, 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 ma'am. They don't want us over there. No, they don't want us over there. So I wouldn't go to Mexico to visit or do nothing else right now. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't. But I see that Jada pregnant. Nevaeh, it's alleged that Nevaeh is pregnant. Um, I don't think Stunner would keep a baby by Blueface. even though I know that they're trying to decide on if they're gonna be a couple. She done said it's not a relationship. They just good friends, and she loves doing what she do. But I seen them. They've been fighting for the last couple of days too. And what it appears is that Stunner, unlike the other little girls who appear to be very young and dumb, and like they don't understand how the game works, Stunner can hold her own. Stunner came out here and made her own money. Stunner got a. I think Stunner has a. Do she have a child or do she? I'm trying to remember. I don't think Stunner have a baby. So I think she might be okay because she ain't messed up about the other girls that he messing with. She ain't crying and fighting for him. I haven't seen her crashing out um, because he, been with other girls or been with his baby mama and all of the things. And I don't know. It just seemed like they get a little bit of that. Get a little bit of that thing down between his legs, and they get crazy. They act like, "Ooh, I'm pregnant and I'm keeping the baby." And da-da. Bitch, don't nobody care because it seems like that nigga broke. His come up ain't coming no more. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, that was my alarm. I figured it was gonna knock me off, but it didn't. So yeah, I just wanted to, speak on that. I really hope, um, you know, God has favor for Junior. Let His will be done. If God wants Junior to be here for a while, he the one to make it happen. Um, and I hope if something happened to Junior, that I do. I hope the internet gets her. I do, because they on her ass right now, and I don't even think she realizes how serious her situation is. I feel like she was on here trying to do damage control, trying to explain like somebody really listening. These women kill me thinking that if they get with a dirty ninja, they can be the one to change. Girl, that's that young immaturity. Well, at least that's what I want to blame it on. The reality of it is that shit. Some of these old bitches be doing the same thing. Can't always say it's because they're young. I think it just be that thing had them stuck on stupid, and they act like they don't know no better. But it's interesting to see that she don't even know what she wanna do in life, what she wanna be, how she gonna make her money. She just bouncing, and I guess she think that I'm his mama and they gonna believe whatever I say, and I can just explain it away. They gonna listen to me. Um, they don't have no choice. They can't. They don't know nothing other than what I tell them or what I show them. And I guess because her friends are not having it, but they Carlos had recorded yesterday. She was somebody that was in the circle, and she didn't want to be. Was it Carlos? Whoever I heard it from. She didn't want to be, exposed. She didn't want them to reveal her name. Homegirl came on here and told everything, and she started crying. She was telling when she got to the horrific parts. She was crying. She broke down crying, trying to tell what the baby allegedly really had and what was going on with him. It really was. So I don't think she even had sense enough to realize when she was telling the people that um, The doctor said, don't give them the cough syrup. They want to cough it up. And then she's sitting there looking stupid like that was dumb. I'm like, see, if you had been around somebody that had had kids, they could have told you, don't give him the cough syrup because he need to cough the phlegm up. You know why she was looking stupid? In my opinion, and I could be wrong. You was looking stupid because in reality, you wasn't giving him the cough syrup for the cough. You was trying to put that nigga to sleep. Uh-huh. So that you could probably creep out. I don't know, sneak out, go somewhere, leave him unattended. I don't know. Pick one. I believe the people, they're going to get you. And they're going to get you before the end of 26. And you better hope and pray that when they get you, that baby boy's still breathing. That's what you better hope. You better hope that he is alive and as well as he can be, given the circumstances. Because if he's not, they are going to charge her with everything under the sun. I believe they will throw the book at her. That's what I believe. And if something happened to him, that's what I hope for. That's what I pray for. I don't want to wish no ill, no harm on nobody. But you ain't doing right by that baby. And that's not cool. Nobody likes that. And you would think that she would be glad that the internet is trying to help her. When they went to the P.O. box and got all of those gifts, and she was doing the opening the gifts and stuff on camera, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this might humble her. This might humble her a little bit. Why did that dumb bitch get on there and tell the people, if y'all gonna buy his clothes, I get them from Zara? Well, bitch, you can get them from wherever you want to when you get them. You didn't get these. Somebody else got them for him. So you're supposed to be thankful. You don't tell somebody that's trying to help you, for, not charging you a dime, trying to help you and the baby. You don't tell them where to go, where to shop, what to get, what to do. They get what they want to get because they're getting it out of the goodness of their heart. They're not asking you for nothing, but they see that you need help because, again, you have ostracized yourself from your friends and your family, and you ain't got nobody to help you. So the people is trying to help you, the ones that feel bad for you, and you don't even appreciate it. So, it is what it is. She'll just have to learn the hard way, and that's unfortunate. Mm. So what else been going on down the streets? What's been going on? Y'all been watching the people? I seen, what's his name, I Speed. He met his sister the other day. Let me tell you something. I'm focused. I'm focused on a few things right now. But I have definitely been playing some scratches and trying to hit this Powerball. So that I can retire from work early and just go out somewhere in the rural area and just be La Vida Loca. And have my deep fried freezer, have my bunker, and all of the things, along with a few canines, and just be living La Vida Loca out there fancy free, minding my business. Because I think it was last week, I'm trying to remember what the announcement was. It was, when they said that Homeboy said he was going to get Greenland, and the band over there said, I wish you would come try to take Greenland. We got something for you. Then the next day, I read that he said, oh, it's okay. Y'all can have Greenland. I don't want it.
The very next day after he said he wasn't fucking with Greenland, the people done reported the nigga done went over there and paid $X.X9 billion and then just took Greenland. Now wait just a minute. You trying to win too? I know that's right, Diva. Wait just a minute. Who can fight us for Greenland when I thought they had said that Fauci had bought Greenland back in the day? I don't know, but they say he done took it. He done bought it. It's ours or whatever. I didn't realize when we went over there to Venezuela, because I had been told y'all, told somebody a couple months back, hell, I didn't even know we was over there fighting. And they said, oh girl, yeah, we out there, because I had lost a relative in the military a few months back, about a month or so back. Um, and I didn't know we was fighting. Come to find out, when they said we went over there and blowed up the spot and brought old boy and his wife back to the United States, I thought, okay, so we must have went and got a cartel or a drug dealer. We went and got a bad man off the streets. That's what I was thinking. And he may be bad, but the funny part about it is that after I went to the underground to find out what had happened, come to find out we went over there, girl, so we can get that oil. I, hello? Okay, that was my alarm. So I'm like, damn, do the people know? Is the people seeing that this is what the businessman does? These are business moves. He's working he is working this in the capacity of a businessman. And then after I found out that we had the oil, me, I'm crazy. I was all celebrating. I said, what? That means gas should go down. Yes, bitch, I got a gas station around the corner. I'm headed to now with down to $3 a gallon. It went up from $3.49. It went up twice. It's up to $3.89 now, I think. But I found one, and it ain't very many for $3. We got $5 gas up here in most places, and up further north, the people did videos, and the gas station got $7 gas. So I'm in South Bay. Right, Bush pulled the same thing. Okay, but peep this, Diva. This is what I found out, girl. Listen, hang on. Girl, let me tell you something. We didn't just rip that oil out of Venezuela's mouth. Hold on a minute. Let me cut these other alarms off. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me. We didn't just go over there and rip the oil away from the Venezuelans. Bitch, when we took that oil, we snatched money out of Russia and China's mouth. Now listen. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, we were in an alliance. And my understanding, the way I understood, let me put it that way just in case I understood wrong, we were in a secret alliance with Z and Putin. Now all of a sudden, all I'm hearing them talk about is how we don't agree on this, we don't agree on that. We fight. Bush pulled the same thing. China and Russia. So when we took the oil, that put Venezuela in the hole. Because now they can't give Z and Putin a damn thing when it comes to the oil. Because now we control it. And so I it's I understand the assignment. I always agree with the actions that they take to achieve the assignment, but Hey, it is what it is. I just I want to hurry up and get that check. And if I didn't tell you, let me tell you, I think I did tell somebody about 2 or 3 weeks ago. If y'all remember when Elon got online and said they found X amount of money that the folks had put away, had stolen from us and put away, and hadn't had a chance, I guess, to get it in their own bank account, he said, well, we're gonna pay y'all 5,000 in dividends, right? Then he came back and said, we found some more. We're going to give you 8. Then he came back and said, we found some more. We're going to give you 10,000. Now, I had to explain to the people, they didn't say they was giving us a check. They said they was paying us in dividends. Well, what does that mean? Because dividends are recurring payments. You don't get just one. They keep coming. Now, my question has been, what I was digging to look for is how often are we going to get the dividend payments? What I found out was the $2,000 tariffs that Don Juan promised, apparently those are already going out the door. But that 5,000, guess what happened? And you know where I went to get my information. I went straight to congress.gov. And you can too to confirm, verify and confirm. They put the 5,000 on the table for the Senate to vote on. After they put it on the table, if y'all remember, Elon and Dunn fell out. And Elon quit his job as the Doge administrator or whatever the title was. Elon quit and walked away. Well, that Elon's position in Doge has not been filled. So the Senate took the $5,000 bill, request, or whatever you call it, and pushed that shit to the side, put it over in a stack of papers. They don't get that, but I wish somebody in his administration would let him know that the Senate ain't voted on the file. The people ain't getting the file yet because the Senate ain't voted on it. And I wish they would hurry up and tell him so that he can call down there. Oh man, the gas station ain't open. Mm-mm. That ain't cool at all. But I know he's gonna open in a minute. He got to what is it, 446? I'm gonna sit here for a minute and see if he show up while I'm sitting. If not, I'll just get the gas at the, close to the job. But yeah, I wish somebody would let them know they ain't voted on that 5, so that 5 ain't even nowhere in the middle of being processed because they ain't voted on it yet. And here's the thing: we ain't got to discuss who's happy about that, who probably said voted yes to put it to the side. The Dems. And I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna get off because I didn't get on here to talk about this. I came on here to talk about Krishan and that baby and how God gonna whoop her and the internet tearing her ass up right now, trying to get that baby took from her. Listen, the Dems is behind a lot of the shit that pissed the people off. Like when they had the government shut down, and then they cut them people's stamps and they sectionating stuff off. When the people went back to ask Congress to open the government back up, the Democrats said no, don't open it up. And then the people was mad at Don Juan. Hmm. They don't realize it was the Democrats' vote that got the government shut down in the first place. So I think you guys should spend more time researching on who is really pulling the trigger. Homeboy may say he gonna do something or there's something gonna happen, but a lot of those decisions have to go through Congress. And in Congress, you got the Republicans and Democrats who vote on it. And if the people that voted no, the majority, when they vote no, if those are Democrats, it's no longer on red. You know what I'm saying? That monkey ain't on his back. I know he the one talking shit, calling the shots, but that, it is what it is. You can't change that part. So all I say is just do your research before you get angry and mad and upset. I was hurt. I'm not on government assistance, but it hurt me to hear that people that need the help are going to lose the help because the special needs, those people they need the help. And the man did say those people are not going to be affected at all. When he said he give them 2 years, I thought, well, that's fair. That's good. What I didn't realize was that uh, the 2 years started already. I thought the 2 years was supposed to start in 2026. But the people that's doing videos is people that have been on Section 8 for, 8, 10, 15 years because that's how many kids they got or whatever the case may be. Uh, those people are lost their shit. So to me, the reality is it's not the 2 years didn't start in 2026. I guess the rule goes to effect for the new people. But if y'all been on there already more than 10 years, 2 years, it seemed like he kicked them off. So a lot of kids are going to be affected. These people out here doing these check fraud, these credit card frauds, these gift scam frauds, robbery, stealing identities, and all of that. These people is getting locked up, and they don't give a damn if you got kids or not. They don't give a damn if you got kids or not. So I watched a Latino man yesterday. The people, ICE came and took his wife, and he was crying and they was hugging and they was doing all of this talking in Spanish. And I was in the comments and I seen the people say if he cared about her that much, he would have made sure she got legal. Well, if he don't have the eligibility or the documents so that they can apply for her to be legit, then what else he gonna do? He don't want to leave his wife over there. Of course, he got over here, so she over here to stay. They not thinking about none of that. Maybe they thought they was gonna be under the radar. I don't know. I didn't see or hear whether or not they had kids. But you know what I found interesting is that a lot of the dirty people are dirty because they was out here doing bad things with children. And they shaking and baking them bitches. They shaking them out the trees and dropping them off at Gitmo. But what's interesting to me now is that a lot of the changes and rules that are going into effect are still affecting people with children. Well, your children can't go to jail with you, can't go to prison with you when you go. So where they going? If they ain't got no family and no friends to help, where the kids going? They going to a system that's been broken forever, right? So, I don't know. If you're in the business of helping kids, helping communities or people that need that extra assistance, if you're in the business of helping them, don't get out of the business. Stay in the business. Help as many as you can. Get the education that you need as quick as you can, and continue to help them because there's going to be so many more people that need that help. And if you are thinking about becoming a business owner and register, because I see the people coaxing, convincing, begging y'all to hurry up and start your LLC because you can go get this money and that money. Let me tell you something, and I'm going to go back to Krishan on this one. You can go and create that LLC for $100 or less, depending on what it costs to register a business, wherever you're going to register. But understand that when you create that LLC, you have also created another bill. There are fees and things that have to be paid annually with the state. There's a lot into creating an LLC just so that you can take your EIN number down to the bank and get a loan with no documents. You don't have to prove nothing. You don't have to have nothing, and you can go get a loan. Loans have to be paid back. So if you create an LLC just to be able to jump up and go down to the bank and get a $125,000 loan, I hope you remember the loan got to be paid back. So if you ain't got no money coming in, how are you going to make those payments? You see what I'm saying? So some people fall for the okie doke. They're not thinking it through. And depending on some states, They said that they require no docs, but your name has to go somewhere. And most of the time, the banks are looking at you. Now, there are a lot of states where you don't have that problem. You can go on in there and get that money. But understand, when you receive a lot of money, when you get your hands on a lot of money, there you got to pay the three wise men, the I to the R to the S. And even though they're saying January 20th or 25th, well, we didn't have the date already passed, they had said that Homeboy was getting rid of the three wise men. He was going to change the I to an E. So instead of it being internal, it was going to be external, and we wasn't going to be paying no more income tax. So people that are working, that's more. When you start getting paid for bookings and shows and concerts and tours and movies and reality shows, I see these kids running around buying jewelry, expensive wigs, and getting installs and cars and all of this. But did you pay taxes on that money? Because Krishan is in tax debt. You can't make me believe she ain't. I believe she's in tax debt. I don't believe she done paid any taxes on money that she done got. And I believe that too, Diva. I believe they taken them to account, because I remember 4 or 5 years ago, under somebody else's administration, that they was out here building them. We were tricked the Kool-Aid. When in reality, it's for all of the people that's getting jammed up behind the PPPs and this, that, and the third. They need more space. And understand, while we're out here hearing about how there are different divisions and organizations and political affiliations that are out here doing dirty shit, the wardens are just as guilty most of the time. So, anyway, y'all, I'm about to hit this freeway and I'm going to have to be focused. I love y'all. Have a good day. Be blessed, and I'll holler.